So tell me about what made you guys decide that you wanted to be roommates. What made you decide to move in together?
Our rent was my rent was going high. So
was mine.
I had to get a roommate.
So you made a financial decision.
Yeah.
That was what sort of said, I gotta find somebody to live with.
Yeah.
So what made you guys think that living together might be a good match?
We both like the same things.
We like to do play games together sometimes.
We like to play games.
Okay.
And we like to watch wrestling.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I got a PlayStation 4 and he got an Xbox.
We actually started way before.
About 2 months, probably, at least. Maybe even longer.
We started this way before we even thought about them yet actually being roommates.
Yeah.
So, and then the guys never had any so-called connection with anyone. So we came together and decided to start making them form a friendship before this even started.
Yeah. So the wrestling thing was in December, and at that point we didn't know anything about the roommate process. And then the roommate thing started being talked about in January, and that's when we started doing a lot more of the getting together and letting them hang out and do things.
We started to cross-train the PLPMs. One will work with Shane and one will work with Levi. And then we also made dates, kind of like, where we went to wrestling one night.
We had movie nights, pizza nights, game nights.
And they both actually went to each other's house. It wasn't just one person going over to the other person's house. We actually split it up. So where Levi will come to Shane's house, and then they'll make dinner for us, and then we'll go to Levi's house, and then we made dinner for them, and then we just had game nights. So they actually played games together in the living room.
And then we had 2 nights that we slept over so that Levi would be comfortable at Shane's house before the actual move-in.
And what we did with that process is we had Levi bring some of his stuff as well over so we can do his walls. So when he is staying over, it's already feeling like it's his house as well, and not just Shane's.
Yeah, in his room.
Is it better to have a roommate than it is to live alone, do you think?
Probably because you have somebody to talk to.
What's your favorite part about having a roommate, Shane?
Having fun and mostly.
You know, they sit in the living room at night and watch TV together, and because they like wrestling, you know, so that's something that they sit several nights a week in the living room and do together.
Tell me about wrestling. Do you like the same wrestlers, or do you like different wrestlers?
I root for the bad guys. Bad guys are fun.
Sometimes we'll argue about it.
Yeah.
They eat at the table together.
Family meals. At lunch and dinner, they both get together and they sit together and just when they chit chat. Staff also sit with them, and we'll actually have a family meal and talk about things that's going on.
I mean, and they take turns doing that, you know, filling the dishwasher, emptying the dishwasher. It's not just staff doing it now. Both of them are taking turns and taking responsibility
And pride.
And pride in the house, you know. If something needs to be cleaned or dusted, they step up and they're doing those things, whereas before it was a lot of just staff doing a lot of that stuff.
Does it feel like, do you have more money now that you have a roommate?
We're saving for our trip.
Yeah, we're saving for a trip. The cruise.
Tell me about that trip.
Going to
I'm going
Bahamas.
to Bahamas this year.
Tell me about the cruise. These guys, every time I've seen them, they talk about the cruise.
Well, what started was Shane saw some cruise pictures that I went on, and he always said that was part of one of his dreams was to go outside of the United States and go on a big ship and all that stuff. So we started looking into it, but with his budget and being on his own, we weren't able to do that. And so one of the things that we talked about is being a roommate you're saving lots of money, you guys are sharing everything, then you'll be able to do that.
So now the guys are working to earn their money so that they can pay their own way, and with the difference in having the roommate is also going to help with that as well.
Where are you gonna go? What do you hope to see?
I don't know. I've never been to the
Lay
Bahamas.
lay on the sun. Oh, lay on the cruise. Lay on the beach.
I've never been to the Bahamas, so it's kind of exciting for me.
What are you most excited for about the cruise?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best answer. That's a good answer. What is the hardest part about having a roommate?
The hardest part? Arguing, like fighting.
Do you
That's
guys,
the hardest part.
do you guys ever disagree?
Sometimes.
How do you if you disagree, how do you fix that? How do you get to the other side of it?
I calm down.
Shane, what do you think? If you disagree, what's the best thing to do with your roommate?
It's probably not going to fight all the time.
When you guys start working things out, is it something you do on your own? Is it something that you have your staff help you with, or what's the best way?
Our own.
Yeah,
Oh,
lots
yes.
of worries, yes, lots of concerns.
You want to tell you the concerns?
Sure. What were the kind of things that made you nervous?
So we was worried that one of the issue might come up is, someone took my soda, no, that was mine, that kind of thing, 'cause they both like the same kind of sodas as well, so you couldn't really tell the difference. Games is also another thing, because they're very on their games, and if something breaks, how will we react to that and all that stuff. So we had a bunch of things where we came together and we say, okay, if this happened, what we're gonna do. So we pre-planned everything. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, we'll just worry about it when it happens. We actually decided together as a team with Levi and Shane how we're gonna come up and stop it before it actually happened. So it was a team effort.
It wasn't something that we decided, she and I decided. Anything that we thought was a good idea, we presented to both of them while we were together doing things, preparing them for this move and this change, and talked to both of them about it to see what they thought as well. If everybody agreed on it, then that's what we put into place and how we planned it.
With the sodas, they decided to keep them both in their rooms. So that way, that was just eliminated all that stuff.
And the same thing with the game systems. Both of them keep their game system and their games in their rooms. If we decide that they want to play a game together, then we bring one game out into the living room. They play that game. When we're done, that game goes back into the bedroom, and it stays there until they decide they want to have that game time again, and then we bring it back out. Other than that, none of the games or video systems come out of whoever's bedroom or whoever it belongs to's bedroom, because that's their private space.
Oh my God.
We've had several, actually.
Positive, very
Very positive outcomes.
Since Levi moved in, Shane's been more out of his room. He's helping with dishes.
His own laundry.
His own laundry. Staff's not doing it no more. He's actually doing it. They actually work off each other in a positive way. It's not a negative way.
They complement each other very well, actually, which we weren't really expecting, but it has come that way.
But they both look after each other too.
Yes.
And they're very
much
concerned about each other.
Overprotective of each other.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a constant positivity to, okay, so this is not my house, this is your house, so if I'm not here, who's going to do it? Type of positivity and responsibility, for him to just continue to do those things for himself. And he's pretty much starting to pick up on a whole lot of that.
What would you say to a program manager who's afraid that we're gonna have a roommate and all the progress we've made with Billy is gonna fall apart?
Don't knock until you try it.
There's always going to be the negatives. You've got, personality conflicts. You've got all kinds of things, but you've got to stay positive, and that's going to be your most important thing.
I think what really helped us off as well is Levi and Shane both picked their staff what they wanted to keep.
Yes.
That was the main part as well, because they had a voice in their staff.
Yes.
And that went really good.
I mean, I think that too made a huge difference with us, because we were very open with them and continued to talk to them and let them make decisions along with us. It wasn't just us making decisions for them. They made as many, if not more, decisions than what we did.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the guys are happier in this living together than they were living by themselves?
Definitely.
I definitely feel that way.
He talks to Levi about it all the time, and
Yeah.
that's really nice to know that he has someone to go to other than staff
Yeah.
members. He feels like he has a friend that he can actually talk to.
Yeah.
Shane, is there anything that you didn't get to say that you want to say?
Yeah, I like it. I like it better now. I'm getting out of trouble, staying out of trouble.